Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you for coming by. Today I'm talking about relationships. I get asked a lot how my relationship lasts so long, what did I do, if we have fights, things like that. And people ask because I've been with my husband 27 years and we've been married for 24 years. In about 3 weeks it's going to be 28 years. So I have a lot of time invested. While I'm no expert, I just wanted to share. Maybe someone will hear something that helps them in their relationship. Uh, and about the fighting, that's the first thing. Don't you fight? We've had so many fights, numerous, plenty, you know, and it's healthy. It's healthy to fight. The important thing is that you come to a resolution for the issue, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be plenty more. So you're individuals. You have different. You'll have miscommunication. Just problems come out of nowhere. So that's expected. Can't be avoided. So I'm just going to touch on some things and some thoughts that helped us over the years. In no order of importance, just going to ramble on as they come up. Let's start with getting to know each other. It's very important. I'm not talking about, okay, where does he work, his personality, how he dress, what kind of friends he has or she. Those things are essential, of course, but I'm talking things that will affect you down the line after you invest time in. So what you expect out of a relationship, you want to discuss that up front. Things like children, that's a big one, because you may uh, grow up in a large family and expect 3 or 4 children, and the other person expect 1 or none. So that's something you want to discuss up front. I was lucky that me and my husband are from Jamaica, so we had kind of the same upbringing, the same background, same beliefs, so it made it quite easy for us. Like in the United States, it's frowned upon to spank your child, but in Jamaica, it's happening. It did happen. In the small parish that I was from, it not only happened at home, but it happened in school too. I don't know if that exists today, but when I was small, it existed. So things like that, we're on the same page with a lot of things, so it makes things smoother. And especially since we've added children, it makes it much, much easier. So that's what I mean by getting to know each other. You may be from one religion and the person is from another, and now you have children. How are you raising the children? Under which religion? That might be a factor. Did someone have an arrest record? You know, those things that after putting time in and you find those things out may be an issue. So whatever you expect out of a relationship, you may want to discuss that up front. You want to be supportive of each other. And what goes hand in hand with that is communication. What I mean is, with me and my husband, I'm the one who is very spontaneous, like to take risk, and kind of just jump in. Just dive in and see what happens. Where my husband, he's very conservative. He likes to sit and plan things out and know what outcome might happen, and he just like to see the steps. So we kind of know how each other are, so we just deal with it. And I said communication goes hand in hand with that, because I don't mind you giving me your opinion. I don't mind you telling me your concerns or your ideas, but don't knock me down when I have an idea, because just like if that idea was to be successful, you would benefit from it. So if I fall flat on my face, I expect you as my partner to be there to pick me up. That's what we are. That's what you're supposed to be for each other. So that's why I say communication goes hand in hand with being supportive of each other. Another thing is, the saying is, when you get married, you become one. And that's quite true. If you have issues in your household, try to keep them in your household. Don't run to everyone discussing your problems with your partner. Not everyone means you well. You have people who run and gossip. You don't need that in your life. You may have somebody who gives you bad advice because they don't know better themselves, or they might be, they might not have your best interests at heart. So as much as you can, I know as human beings we like to share, especially if you have a best friend or you may want to talk to your parents. But for the most part, filter what you bring to the outside world. Keep what you can inside your household with your partner. It works best that way. Trust me. Another thing is having a plan A and B, and maybe even C. It might sound corny, but I mean for emergency situations. For example, my husband lost his job for a bit, and we didn't want the children to be affected. We didn't want them not being able to get Christmas gifts, or have our lights shut off, or like they can't have their cell phones anymore, little things like that. We just wanted everything to go on as usual. So we planned for emergency and that rainy day and things like that. So you should do that. You never know what can happen and what will happen, especially with all that's going on today. You want to plan for that. And I'm gonna leave you with a final thought. It's very cliche, but the grass isn't always greener on the other side, and that's true. It might be raining in your yard and sunny in that person's yard, but they're gonna get rain one day too. So, I mean, if you have issues with the person you're with, try your best. You owe it to each other, especially if you put time in, to work it out. I don't mean to stay in an abusive relationship, but to the best of your ability, try to work things out, because you may not have the same struggles with another person, but you will have some type of struggle. So it's best to just work out with the person you're with now. Figure it out. And especially if you have children, it's good for them to see that you had an issue and worked it out. You're not bouncing from person to person. They know that, a long-lasting relationship can work, and it will work. Just put the time in. You owe it to each other. So I hope this was helpful to someone. And if you can, share what made your relationship work in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe please, and like, and come back soon.